The dog, the only known occurrence of self-domestication by a wild animal, had, by its own choosing, become a member of man's society. Hunter, companion, worker, and defender, a unique alliance which continues to this day. The Canine Unit is charged with many duties: drug and bomb sniffing, clearing areas for public events, crowd control, and for their incredible tracking, searching, and criminal apprehension abilities.
To find a dog, first we're going to decide if we're going to use, we need a single-purpose dog, which would be strictly a odor detection and a tracking dog. We then do a series of tests. We would do a ball test. We'd see if the animal or the canine would play with the ball in an area that it's unfamiliar with, an area that the animal's never been to. When we do that, we'll take, like I'm one of the trainers, and then Trooper Sean Padunaback is a trainer. He'll go and we'll both evaluate the dog, and he might pick up on something that I don't see, or I may pick up on something that he doesn't see.
The over 20 members of the Kentucky State Police Canine Unit, deployed statewide at all 16 posts, represents the most select canine public servants.
Well, we're looking for drives and certain social traits that we have in the dogs. We're looking for high ball drive, high prey drive, high hunt drive. We have a series of tests that we conduct to ensure that the dog will meet our standards and work properly. We're obviously looking for a good social dog that we can easily interact with. One that when we get the ball out will chase the ball, and then one that if we conceal the ball will hunt for the ball for long periods of time. Those are also drives that we're looking for.
Again, we look for their nerves, their courage, see if we send an animal into a building, a dog, and he's by himself doing a building search, he has to be able to apprehend a human being on his own without his handler. Some canines can adapt to that and do that, and some have the will, some do not.
Remarkably, the dog possesses 200 million scent receptors, compared to the human's mere 5 million. Aided by greatly superior sight and hearing faculties.
When we pick them up, we want them to be like a NCAA D1 athlete, and by the time they're done with us, they're either an NBA or an NFL star. That's what we're shooting for. So.
Dogs are prevalent throughout our lore. Who doesn't know Lassie? And of course, rescued from his kennel in a battlefield during World War I, the celebrated war dog, Rin Tin Tin.
Typically, and from what I see, we generally use Dutch Shepherds, German Shepherds, and Belgian Malinois. Those are the three basic breeds we use. And we do have some Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and such that we use for odor detection and tracking, but predominantly that's what we use, not to say that we couldn't pick another dog from somewhere else.
I think to leave a dog with the types of drives and the natural abilities that we purchase and have to allow it to sit at home and flounder would be a crime itself, really. So we try to give them the best life that we can give them. We try to work them. We place them with talented handlers. We give them an opportunity every week to train. We provide them with the best veterinary care that money can buy and give them a fulfilling life.
Police dogs have a job, they have a purpose, and they are an asset to the community, and that's why I like them so much. One of the things I look at as my job with these state police dogs is to keep them on the street. So there are a number of things that I try to do on a preventative basis to keep these guys healthy, and then when they are sick and they do need help, then that's where we can come in and we treat them in order to recover them to a point where they can get back to work, if that is possible.
The care of KSP's canine troopers is first rate, and all this effort pays big dividends.
Trooper Payne here at the Post 4 Elizabethtown had a really good apprehension, I believe it was year before last, of a suspect who had actually gone and attempted to assault a young girl, 10, 11-year-old girl.
Kentucky State Police say 28-year-old Jed O'Dye took the young girl into the woods and tried to rape and kill her.
And through fight and struggle, she was actually able to evade him, and then he ran off into the woods. And when troopers got there, he was still on the run, and Trooper Payne came out, was called out in the middle of the night, came up and actually was able to track for some distance and locate the suspect in the woods and take him into custody.
These incredible creatures are always on the ready.
There's definitely a sense of security that comes with handling a canine and having them with you all the time, because you know that if you get into something and you need something else, you've got that other tool there. You've got something else that's living and breathing and has a soul.
When you get a dog that you really enjoy working and that you form that bond, yeah, there's a special relationship between you and that dog. And I had a dog, and I knew when I was tracking somebody, if I ended up by myself, I always had that in the back of my mind. It's like, I'm all right, I've got this dog, and I know he's not going to leave me. He'll stay with me and fight to the death until, you know, both of us are gone, if it comes to that.
The Kentucky State Police Canine Branch, an unparalleled example of the working relationship between man and his longtime partner, the dog. Without them, we would be greatly diminished.